We are back with another Car Talks video and the mic. Was gonna bike this morning, didn't really need to get out. I'm at already 10 hours this week for activity, and I'm doing a run tomorrow, so decided to have 2 days off this week. So on 5 days, it would be close to 11 and a half hours of activity for the week, which is enough for this week. Last week was a full down week. The 3 weeks before that were a mix of low mileage but high biking. So today, just gonna go have fun, hike on the trails, and enjoy some scenery. It's pretty warm. I brought a lot of food, a lot of water, so I don't have a goal of how long I'll be out there, but we're getting out. So get outside, and I'll see you when I get there. So I did a short of it. There was a tree back there that was knocked over. So I climbed over it because I wanted to see if the water was actually up here. And that guy's either not happy that I'm over here or is flirting. I don't know. I could be wrong, but this is looking like it's taking me back to the water. I went up this big hill on the paved part that I walked down, but I can't tell if this is just taking me for a random loop. Okay, so there is a spot where you can go back to the water, if you go right, but we're gonna go to the left and try to get further into the trail and see what we can find. This is all very, very new to me. I've never walked this trail. I ran a 50K here, and I think I was like 15 or 16 maybe. And since then, I have not been back here. And at the time, I actually lived 2.5, 3 hours away from this park. And funny enough, when I moved, I'm now only like 30 minutes away from all the parks that I used to race ultras on whenever I was younger. I ran my first marathon in high school, or middle school. I was 13. And my first 50K, I think I was 15. That was Bear Chase, actually. It was the first 50K I ever did. The DNF I had in Colorado. Man, this is... had like a bug on me. It was not a tick, so that is positive. But this definitely doesn't look familiar to me, but it probably is where the race was. But this park is also massive, so there's a good chance it's not where it was. It's very steep stuff out here. It would almost be worth the drive to come out here to do a training run, because some of these things are pretty tough. It's gonna be a long video. Might have to trim it down a bit, but having fun. We're chatting. Well, I'm actually chatting to myself in hopes that somebody watches it. I know one person that will. You know who you are. Ready for you. These are cool. Now that I'm thinking, this portion looks pretty familiar, but also like kind of all trails. They've all got their own differences, but for the most part there's like some areas like these that they all look the same. And so I could just be getting races mixed up. I am hoping that the direction I'm going has an exit near where I'm parked. Because we're getting pretty far in. And I would hate to, I mean, it would just be more fun, more walking, but it kind of sucked to pop out at an exit that's just completely the opposite direction of where I need to be. And I'm trying to do very little mapping, just kind of having fun. You know, being on my phone maybe takes away from some of the experience, but for most of my videos, the reason I have them is mainly for myself. Like, I could have just privated the whole channel and I would just watch them back just to remember stuff, but figured why not make it public, have a little fun with it. Yeah, I don't think this is the spot that I'm thinking, or that I have been. I'm not seeing much nature. I heard a noise, that's why I got a little quiet. I was trying to see if it was like a water crossing. I'm not sure if like just the walking and silence is something that will do well long form content wise. I know it does pretty well short form, just from my experience, but again, like I was saying, this is mainly for myself, but I feel like some people could put this on the background and at least turn down my talking and just watch the nature. But who knows? I'm trying to find cool stuff to get little snippets of. Like, the whole trail is amazing in itself. So I could just do, you know, just a bunch of trail footage. But I'm trying to also see some cool things. Like I said, I've not seen much nature, animal-wise. Not obviously, I'm in nature, but not seen much wildlife as a word. I saw all that cool-looking angry or flirting bird, and that was about it. This is pretty cool. Kind of expected to see some snakes or something, but not yet. It is, I mean, it is fairly decent elevation gain. So that's kind of fun. I mean, I would love to get a run in out here. Like, you probably can't tell from the video, but even though this is just a little short blurb, that was pretty steep. Like, that was a pretty good grade. It's gonna be a long video if I don't trim everything down. I'm really excited to see the audience grow. Shout out to boy Ethan watching everything, and then Owen, number 100 on the sub list, and then the next 100 is going to be great, and the next 100, or when we lose 100, who knows? It's pretty steep, so just got a little bright. hoping that sign doesn't mean that going this direction is a 2 mile or 3.2 mile only route. So now I'm kind of confused with this trail here that does not look like I'm going to try to go that way. There's a dumpster down there, which I don't know if that means that there's houses on that end. And then there's a yellow fence, so we're gonna go towards the fence because, I mean, the dumpster could also just be out there, but in my mind, this fence is for maintenance people to get back here, and so I would at least have to assume the road continues. I mean, I've seen abandoned dumpsters before, so it could be the same deal with the road, but I'm gonna assume at least it's got some pavement to it. We're trying to do this all without mapping, and in real time you might have just witnessed me be wrong. Well, we're at the gate. We can get around it. We're just gonna have to step through this grass. But now I'm not sure. Okay, I see a bunch of cars behind me. That's where that dumpster was, so that answered that question. I might have to look at the map. Just a straight road, which makes me think, you know, it might just take me back to the main road. You know, if I pop back out on the main road, that doesn't really do anything for me. So I might flip and see if there's a trail back there, but I'll walk this ways a little bit and see what we can get. See if we can find a entrance back to this side trail. I'm happy to be outside either way. Don't know. We'll find out. I feel like I'm like in a episode of The Walking Dead. That'd be bad. I believe that stuff right there, and that is poison hemlock, which can actually be very dangerous from what I've heard. And then I believe, I was a little confused. I think this is bulrush. That's called. I think that's dark green bulrush. But the hemlock, could be wrong. I don't know if there's actually treatments for this stuff, but apparently it can be pretty fatal with like even a very small amount of it that gets in. So on my 70-mile bike ride I did a couple weeks back, it was just lining both sides of the path. And in my head I'm like, if one of these leaves falls off when I'm breathing really heavy, could it be that dangerous? But from the brief bit that I looked up, yes, but who actually knows? Not me. Not me. And then the bulrush, I don't know anything about it. I just know what it is. We're actually pretty close to being back to the car, so I might stay straight for a little bit, because I'm parked like right by this tree here. So I might just stay straight ahead for a little bit, see what's up ahead. It's getting warm now. Some sort of beetle? Not sure, but still on this Walking Dead looking road. It's literally just an empty road, but I've been watching The Walking Dead again, so. This part's pretty cool. I don't know what type of tree that is. I would have to get in there and actually see what the bark looks like, but it's something. I see my car. So, I know I said I was going to stop talking, but that appears it's not happening. I actually saw 2 cars pass me on this road, and they're not parked where I'm at, which says it's the area parking. So I'm actually gonna keep going. Oh, I see a body of water over there. I'm gonna keep going ahead, past my car, and see what's up there. But first, stars are beautiful. They're everywhere. It's kind of tough to see on the camera, but they're all like right here. I'm not quite knowledgeable on flowers, but if somebody does know what this is, let me know, and I'll put it in my memory so that next time I see them, I've got a piece of information for whoever is with me. Well, we see the car. Now we're gonna keep going straight. Just go straight ahead for a bit. There's a body of water over here. Might not be able to see it on camera, but I can see it. And then to the left, behind my car, is that little lookout tower that I was on top of. Man, such a nice day. Such a nice day.